ahead. I got you, babe. Okay, cool.
We're watching this driver really kind of weave in and out of these lanes, trying to figure out where exactly the direction is going. But he is staying in the carpool lane, and as we watch, we're keeping a close eye on him. Haven't seen anything. He did close his windows. It seemed like it was partially open before, but now it looks like they're closed. So obviously going quite quickly, navigating the 170 north, obviously approaching Sun Valley.
Yeah, windows back up, two units right behind him. Those are the only two units in the pursuit. That is the transition ramp onto the northbound side of the 5 freeway. So the 170 has come to an end. He's transitioned onto the 5 freeway where traffic is moderate to heavy, but it's only going to get worse the further north he gets towards the Newhall Pass. He's in Arleta now as he looks for any space in these lanes to weave through. It's very dangerous, but I've got to tell you, with an unpredictable driver like this, it's still safer on the freeway than if he was to get off on surface streets and to continue driving this recklessly. You can see he is in a real rush now to get away from all of these other cars, kind of skirting through here, looking for any space, like a linebacker trying to rush through an offensive line there. You can see he's continuing to weave through all of those cars, maybe looking at some of these exit ramps, but he's not taking any of them. He's bypassing all of them as he continues these unsafe lane changes.
The CHP is pursuing a reckless driver. Essentially, this was a failure to yield. This driver was allegedly driving erratically. They were lit up by the California Highway Patrol, and the pursuit is on. This is the northbound side of the 5, the north end of the valley, just coming away from the merge with the 170 in the Mission Hills area. Middle lane of traffic there, but this individual has been weaving in and out. Unclear if it's just the driver or there are other occupants inside the vehicle. Moderate traffic at this time. We've seen a little bit of slowdown on that northbound stretch of the 5. That's the opposite side of the morning rush, at least in this portion of the San Fernando Valley. This portion of Interstate 5, the Golden State Freeway, would take it into the Santa Clarita Valley. But there are some options up ahead. The 118 freeway, the Ronald Reagan freeway. And you can see this driver with our extreme nav system really picking up speed away on the right shoulder out of the lanes of traffic. You can see that SUV from the CHP trailing this individual, now weaving back into the carpool lane. So in and out of traffic.
We're hearing from the CHP that it's just one person inside of the vehicle that is described as a man, and he's proceeding northbound here on the 5, about to head into the Newhall Pass, which is where the 5 and the 14 come together. So if he stays in the lane that he's in right now, it's going to force him onto that northbound 5, which will take him into areas like Santa Clarita and Stevenson Ranch, and eventually Valencia towards the Six Flags area. But if he moves over to the right, which is kind of what it seems like he might be doing, but if he were to move over to the right, that would force him onto the 14 freeway, and that would take him into areas like Canyon Country and eventually Palmdale and Lancaster if he stays on that 14. But for now, in this lane, it would force him onto that northbound 5, so the Santa Clarita route.
Is that one of the first things they do, is run the license to make sure that car hasn't been reported stolen?
Yes, ma'am. That's one of the first things they do, is because they're trying to gain information on the vehicle. Is the vehicle wanted anything of a felony, armed and dangerous, stolen vehicle, wants or warrants. So they're gaining all that information in addition to their registered owner's address.
Okay, yeah, it's stressful though. Boy, watching this pursuit, it is stressful because the I-5, many of us have traveled along it. You see all these big rigs and trying to, we've seen a few times this driver get very close to a big rig. We know those poor drivers, they cannot stop on a dime, so it's got to be very nerve-wracking for everybody driving this area.
So now it's either the 5 all the way to Bakersfield into the San Joaquin Valley or exiting the 5 freeway. But again, this stretch of the Golden State Freeway definitely gets busy. A lot of construction there as well over the last couple of years. Traffic slowing. And this driver's agitated. You can see trying to move in and out of traffic, weaving in and out of traffic at a much higher speed than the flow of traffic here. Left lane, right lane, CHP tracking. You can see the one SUV from the California Highway Patrol. They initiated the pursuit. We first picked it up in the San Fernando Valley. And as you can see, picking up speeds, yet again, a dangerous situation. There's times when it gets too dangerous that the CHP or any other lead agency of the law enforcement that is tracking the pursuit, the lead agency on this pursuit, will decide to back off and go into what we call tracking mode, where a helicopter, a law enforcement helicopter, will continue to track the vehicle, see where it comes to a stop, wherever that is, and hopefully have some officers nearby to apprehend that individual.
Copy, Tim. Can you reset it for me? It's really scratchy. Got it. Thank you. I'm ready. I got you, and I'm ready.
They have a history with law enforcement. Is this going to turn out to be a stolen vehicle? Is somebody wanted here? So as you're watching this pursuit here, Southern California, I-5 northbound past Castaic. If you don't know Castaic, great lake area. Lots of people go there, kind of a weekend vacation type of thing, or overnight vacation, or even day vacation. Take the boat up.
If he is equipped with a cell phone, which most people are, right? It could be a situation where he's already called into 911 and said that he's in a pursuit. Sometimes these drivers will say, hey, get the cops off of me, or something of that nature. But in this case, it's unclear if they are talking to him, because haven't heard it on the scanner just yet. Of course, if we do, I'll let you know. But again, we don't believe that this car is stolen. So officers will be able to go to the home address that is registered to that vehicle. But I'm just watching. It's almost like he can hear us, and he's showing us the cell phone. Wow. Yeah, so I call it coincidence, but that was perfect timing.
Yeah, guys, we're continuing northbound on the freeway, passing Templin Highway, and pretty much, no man's land for the next several miles up until he gets to Gorman, and then on the way up there, from there, he basically will start getting closer to Bakersfield, where there will be an additional CHP office ready to take over. Look at that, a hand out the window with his cell phone out the driver's side of the vehicle. Not clear what he's trying to convey there, but once again, continuing for a bulk of this pursuit. The 5 freeway, about 3 or 4 lanes as he makes his way through Gorman here. More units up ahead of him. There's actually an unrelated unit, a possible speed trap actually, that just happens to be there. And look at that. There's the spike. There's the spike, and it looks like it was a miss. I caught it at the corner of the screen. Very rare, I would say unorthodox. Bruce could correct me, but I think it's maybe once a year lately that we see a spike strip attempt on the freeway, and that was one right there, but it did not look to be successful. And check it out. CHP coming in with air resources up the Grapevine at low altitude here up the 5 freeway. So more resources, not less, being dedicated to this pursuit.
The vehicle itself it's a Volkswagen sedan of some sort. I believe that these cars get pretty good gas mileage, even though they're a regular gas-powered vehicle. I believe that it gets in around the 30 mile an hour range or so. But there's a good look at the driver as his pursuit continues northbound 5 at Vista Del Lago.
And hopefully the resolution to this pursuit is just as optimal. Here comes another spike strip attempt. Maybe. Does not look like yep. Spikes across. There's the spike. And he might have hit it. Might have hit it. They got to pull it back. Otherwise, that patrol car, yep, He hit it.
And it looks like the patrol
looks
car
like
went
he
over
hit it.
too.
At least, I think the patrol. Did he? You'll have to replay that.
Looked like it.
I think the patrol car might have gone around it, but you can see now clearly that front right wheel heavily affected, immediately going flat. Look at that.
Wow, that didn't
He's
take
going to
long.
start. Didn't take long at all. Didn't take long at all, and now it looks like he's about to be running on empty, at least on that front right and the right rear.
Wow.
And the right rear. Both the right tires are now running low on air, and they will be flat here in a second.
Shorter way even up to the Bay Area if you don't want to take the scenic route, the 101 freeway, northbound side of the 5 into the San Joaquin Valley.
You know, I'm thinking if I'm a viewer watching from some other part of the country or somewhere else across the nation, and wait,
Exiting.
what do we exit?
Looks like
Exiting the
we're
freeway
making an
here?
exit here. This is Smokey Bear Road. This is exit 195 off the 5.
Is something wrong with the tire? We're hearing that. Oh my gosh, there goes the tire.
Yep.
Did this driver hit a spike strip, perhaps?
There goes that. Yeah,
Pit
there goes
maneuver
now
right
the
there.
pit maneuver. Now we can do the pit maneuver. Perfectly executed. 180 there. Now this is a dangerous situation.
Oh.
Head-on crash there.
He's gonna run.
He's going to run. He's bailing. This is a foot pail. A male driver here running off Interstate 5, Smokey Bear Road here.
This is going to be a foot pursuit onto the freeway. He's climbing up the embankment. He's trying to get on the freeway, guys, northbound side of the 5 freeway. Some trucks coming up there, and now he's in traffic. Northbound side of the 5 freeway, the foot chase is going to stop there because those officers will not chase him across the freeway over the divider. More oncoming traffic here, and this is so dangerous as he comes out the other side. They will be there to meet him on the other side, but they could, look at that, the K9 unit starting to cross the freeway, turning around there. They will get units on the other side of the freeway within seconds here.
CHP's just on the other side of the freeway. He looked like he was running towards them, but yeah, he's trying to hail a car of some sort, staying on the freeway, which we have seen some horrible things happen on the freeway in the past. You cannot underestimate the speed of these cars, but he's now in the middle. Maybe that's, okay, so he's doubling
back over the divider again, back on the northbound side.
Oh, dear.
Look at this, trying to carjack a vehicle.
boy.
He's trying to carjack
this guy's
other
going
cars
after him.
on the freeway. They're going to have to get more aggressive here if he continues this kind of behavior. But now he is trying to carjack these cars on the freeway.
Oh my goodness, and they're at a standstill, which is not helping matters.
He's just looking for an unlocked door. He's looking for any unlocked door to try and get out of the situation, but they are going to close in on him here pretty soon. I can't imagine that they're that far back. I don't want to lose him here. We're going to stay pretty tight, but I'm trying to look to see where it looks like he's trying to go down the embankment off the freeway, now going down below, and they should be able to meet him.
Here he is now on my side of the freeway here. This is going to be closer to the southbound side, and now there are CHP officers on both sides of the freeway, so it should just be a matter of minutes before this person is in custody. Thank you. Oh, this ended as well as it could have. So many close calls, so many scary moments. None scarier than when he ran across all lanes of the 5 freeway and somehow did not get hurt. But you can see that officers are taking him into custody now. The police dog is standing by, but his services won't be needed because he is complying. We saw his hands before they started detaining him, so we see that he is fully complying now. In terms of whether or not there's anybody else in the car, it hasn't been confirmed yet on the scanner, so I'll wait to hear that. But we had initially heard that he was the only person in the vehicle.